Yo guys, Jeremy Engineer, and today I'm bringing you another Game Maker Studio tutorial. I've decided to start a platform tutorial series. It's something I'm quite familiar with, and it's not that hard to do, so you'll probably be able to follow along. So before I start anything, I'm just gonna explain what we're going to do in this video. It's really basic. We're just gonna make a basic room for our level. We are going to make we're going to do basic player movement and basic collision detection. These are three really basic things for a platformer game, obviously. Before recording this video, I actually made two sprites. This is 64 by 64 pink player sprite. Don't ask me why it's pink, I liked it. This is a 32 by well, I did not mean to do that. Let's just put this on 00 again. This is just a black 32 by 32 sprite we're going to use for platforms. First of all, we're going to create a new object called obj block, and this will be what we're gonna make our world of. This needs nothing extra. Then we're going to make a new object and call it obj player. This will need extra coding, but we're gonna create a room first and design our level. So we're gonna call it room game or room world. I don't really care. Just name it something. Speed 60, and then give me a second. Let's actually, I'm just gonna get full screen. Well, not full screen, but yeah, you get what I mean. Zoom out a bit, and yeah, don't expect too much of this. My level design skills are terrible. That's why I usually don't make games that require level design. Anyways, this is going to be something really basic. Why is this not cooperating? Thanks. Just gotta have something to do all sorts of collision. Nothing too complicated. That should be good. Let's just drag this out one more. Okay, now we're gonna drop our player object in there too. So now, the player scripts. I'm doing this all out of my head. I did not prepare anything for this. So we're just gonna add and create event and go to control and drag in a code box. Code block, not code box. This is going to be our variables create code block. And we're going to set the horizontal speed to be equal to 0 and the vertical speed to be equal to 0. Now, there is default variables for this in Game Maker, but we are not gonna use those because I do not like how, well, you basically just don't have enough control over them, in my opinion. That's why I avoid using them. Also, same for gravity. What? Same for gravity. Why did I set that to 0? Anyways, set it to 0.2 or anything else really. Actually, I'm gonna try 0.4. We'll have to see an experiment, but yeah. Next thing we are going to do is we are going to make another variable called jump speed, and this is going to be equal to, let's say, 10. God damn it. Okay. That's all for variables. You don't need anything else, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, let's add a step event and drag in a code block. and this is going to be our movement and collision detection code block. First thing we're going to do is we are going to get the player's input. So basically what I'll just type these out real quick and explain to you what they do after I'm done typing. Keyboard check ord q. I have a different kind of keyboard than most of you will probably. It's, well, something with the country I live in, Belgium. There's just not a lot of QWERTY keyboards. Most of them are AZERTY, and yeah. CQSD instead of WASD, which is, well, I'm okay with it. I grew up with it. VK jump, yeah, sure. VK space. So, first of all, what this is going to do is, actually, let me explain this first, why I put this here. If you middle click on any virtual key constant, it will bring up all constants that are in GameMaker. These are all virtual key constants that you can use. If any key you want to use in your game, and you probably will want to, then it's not in this list, then you're going to have to use ORD, and then just put the letter or key in there. So now that that's out of the way, what this is going to do is basically, if you're pressing Q, then this is going to set key left to 1. If not, then it's going to set 0. So basically it returns a value of either 1 or 0, depending on if this key is actually pressed. And what we're going to use this for is simple movement. We are going to set our horizontal speed to be equal to let me think of this, minus key left plus key right multiplied by, I actually forgot a variable, move speed. Let's create this variable real quick and let's make it 10. Nah, actually 8. 8 should be good. So multiplied by move speed. So what this is going to do is it's going to set the variable HSP to be equal to minus key left plus key right. So basically key left, if we're going to the left, we're decreasing our x coordinate. So that's what this minus is for. So this is going to be -1 if your Q is pressed. And if key right is pressed, then it's going to be 1. So if both keys are pressed, obviously this is going to be equal to 0, resulting in the horizontal speed to be 0, because 0 multiplied by 8 is still 0. And basically, it's just depending on which keys are pressed, your horizontal speed will change. So now that that's out of the way, let's just do our vertical speed. So let's actually do jumping first instead of gravity. I really like, to be honest, I would put jumping before anything gravity related, just because. So basically, if key jump, I'll explain this after I type it out. And place meeting x y plus 1 obj block. VSP plus equals jump speed. So basically, if you are pressing space and on your current x position, x coordinate, and your current y coordinate plus 1. So 1 pixel below you, there is an OBJ block. So basically, if you're on the ground, then it's going to increase your your vertical speed by minus jump speed, not jump speed, because your y coordinate needs to decrease in order for you to go up. So minus jump speed. And then we are just going to set our VSP plus, we're gonna increase our vertical speed by gravity. And let's actually, yeah, let's implement these movements now. So x plus equals HSP to increase the x coordinate by the horizontal speed, and y plus equals VSP to increase the y coordinate by horizontal speed. So if we launch our game now, you'll see something. We fall right through the platform. And that is because we do not have any sort of collision detection. I actually have a really simple system for that. And all you have to do is, let's comment real quick, horizontal collision. I'm gonna type this out real quick before, and then I'll explain things to you. So if, because I kind of need to concentrate for this. Place meeting x plus HSP y OBJ block. While not place meeting x plus sine HSP y OBJ block HSP plus x plus equals 1 HSP equals 0. So basically what this does is, if on your current x coordinate plus your horizontal speed there is an object block, so basically if you will collide with that object after this frame, then it's going to execute this. And what this will do is, as long as there is no object block 1 pixel next to you, depending on what direction you're going in, then it's going to increase your core. Why did I sign HSP? It's going to increase your x coordinate by either 1 or minus 1, depending on your direction. Depending on your horizontal speed, actually. So what this sine function does is it returns either 1 or minus 1, depending on if your horizontal speed is negative or positive. So for example, if you're going to the left, this will set x plus, this will become x plus equals minus 1. It's that simple. And then we have to set our horizontal speed to be equal to 0, obviously, because otherwise we're just gonna end up running into the wall. And for vertical collision, I always recommend doing horizontal collision before vertical collision, by the way, just because it's, well, I can't really explain it, but yeah. Then vertical collision, you can just copy this, because it's going to be pretty much the same, just for the y coordinate, plus VSP then, and then remove this, and plus sine VSP, and then make this the y coordinate, sine VSP, and then make this VSP. So this is just going to do the same as this one, except for the Y coordinate and the vertical speed. So if we actually test our game now, then we have a pixel perfect collision, as you can see, and we have gravity working. There should be no issues with any sort of collision. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any like requests for me to do a tutorial on anything in specific, like for example power-ups, or yeah, just ask me in the comments. I will answer to every single comment. Well, question, not comment, because, well, actually I will probably, depending. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something. So yeah, thanks again. And next tutorial will be on, actually I don't know what next tutorial will be on. Probably on enemies, because that's a pretty big part of the game, obviously. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. I'm Jeremedjin, and I'm out.